Hello everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. This week's video is dedicated once again Le'ilah Nishmas Yisrael Amichai ben Yosef, and also as a Mazel Tov to Rabbi and Mrs. Yoshua Duskis upon the birth of a baby boy. Should have a lot of nachas from him, Mr. Shem. In this week's Parshas Matos-Masai, we'll focus on Matos. We will reintroduce a question that we asked before. The Jewish people are about to go into the land of Israel, and the tribes, the children of Gad and Reuven, they see the wonderful pasture that is on the east side of the Jordan, in Jordan, and they come to Moses and they say, we want that land to be for us. And they had a lot of cattle, they had a lot of sheep, and they said to Moses that we will build pens, stables for our animals, and we'll build cities for our children. And Moses, of course, got upset at them. And the question is, what exactly were they thinking? They were about to hit that climactic ending of going into the land of Israel. And because they saw some green pasture on the east side of the Jordan River, they wanted to dwell there, the two tribes over there. What exactly was their thinking? So our sages certainly kind of take the tribes of Gad and Reuven to task, but maybe we can at least try to defend them a little bit and maybe tap into a little bit what they were thinking. Now, and the reason why they first put their sheep in front of their children, I mean, they said, we have a lot of sheep, we'll build pens for our sheep, and we'll build cities for our children. So our sages condemn them a little bit for getting it the opposite. They should have said, we'll first build cities for our children, and then we'll take care of our animals. Why do they get it the opposite? And they get it the opposite. It seemed that they were worried more about their materialistic things before their own children. So it's possible that we can say that they knew that if they had that much sheep, it wasn't an accident, it must have been from Hashem. And they thought that maybe Hashem was giving them the responsibility of taking care of the material needs for the Jewish people overall. There was incredible pasture, there was incredible greens for places for their sheep to graze. And Hashem had given them that much cattle because they had more cattle than the rest of everybody else. And they felt that maybe this was Hashem's sign as telling them that this is their job. They would be the ones that would be the backers and be the supporters of the Jewish people. And it could be they had good intentions, but Moses was telling them that as important as that is for them to support the Jewish people, nevertheless, the danger of separating from the Jewish people is in itself an even greater danger. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says that one of our sages was approached and they asked him, where are you from? And he said, I'm from this and this city. And he said, do you want to come live with us? We'll pay you a lot of money. And he says, even if you give me all the gold and silver and all the fancy jewels and rubies in the world, Eini dar ela b'makom Torah. I will only live in a place of Torah. And what he was teaching is that the Jewish people, their spiritual needs definitely come before their material needs. While the material needs are certainly important, nevertheless, they must be in tandem. They must be hand in hand. And if people live together with Hashem and together with the Jewish people, as much as possible, let them be the supporters of the Jewish people from within the Jewish people and not from without. Because we saw what happened with Lot and Abraham, because he separated from Abraham, he went the wrong way. And Edom, which is from Esav went the wrong way, and therefore he separated forever from the Jewish people. And Moses was afraid that a similar thing was going to happen over here. He let it to be. It ended up being that it was like that. But they had to realize, and Moshe gave them a rebuke for they should realize ultimately that it's actually quite dangerous. And unfortunately, 750 years later, Moses' words came true. They were the first two nations to go lost ultimately from the Jewish people. But their responsibility had to come from within to the Jewish people and not on the outside. Today we are in the week of the 3-week period in which we have to strengthen we have to strengthen the unity that we have amongst each other. And if we do that, it'll certainly be blessing for us, as we'll all be together instead of us being separate. We're one nation. We're not one bunch of individuals. Have a great Shabbos. Thank you for listening.